one of the men started talking with one of his friends, and he was speaking in broken Italian, some Italian swear words, and that kind of piqued my interest because I'm Italian Australian. And so I just said to him, "Oh, are you Italian?" And he said, "No, I'm not." And we sort of had some very brief banter of, well, do I look Italian, etc. And so we started commenting on the appearance of everyone that was part of that conversation. But it quickly turned quite dark. He looked at me and he pointed at me and he said, "You're a Jew." I didn't find that offensive. I've been mistaken for being Jewish before. It's not offensive to me. So I said, "I get that a lot, but no, I'm not." And then he began saying things to me like, "I can tell by your big nose and your curly hair, you look like a Jewish rat." And he kept calling me a Jewish rat throughout this conversation. And then he sort of said some other very strange things like, "You have a rat nose and you're sniffing shit out."
You found these comments shocking at the time?
I did. When he first made the Jewish rat comment, I remember being really taken aback, and I said, "Wow, that's racist." And he said to me, "Jews aren't a race, you can't be racist towards Jews." And when I said, "Look, I'm not Jewish, but that's beside the point, you can't be saying things like this," he said that would be just like a sneaky Jew to deny being a Jew.
And you said in your witness statement that having these statements targeted at me made me feel subhuman. I can't imagine how I would have felt during this interaction if I had been Jewish myself. Does that remain your recollection of the incident?
Yes, so, I mean, obviously no young lady wants to be compared to a rodent, but I have studied a bit of European history, and I'm aware in a very basic sense of some of the tropes that were used to dehumanise Jewish people before the Nazis came into power. I'm aware of the rat kind of trope that was used in propaganda around that time. I remember learning about that at university, and then I just had this thought of, in that moment, I can't believe it's like almost 100 years later, I'm in a pub in the inner west of Sydney, it's the 21st century, and this trope is still being used, this slur is still being used. And yeah, if I was actually Jewish and I had generations of my family have to suffer through anti-Semitism, and to hear that, I can't imagine how that would feel. It was really alienating enough not being a Jewish person to hear that.